What's up, everyone? Jared here with Stand Tall Auto Reviews, and today we got this 2019 Toyota Avalon Limited. We're going to discuss this front end soon, but my question to you, is this a better buy than getting a Lexus, or should you just go with a Lexus? You think about that while you're watching this video? Let's check it out. So getting started with this 2019 Avalon, this is the Ruby Flare Red color. Looks really good in person, shines good, especially if it's cleaned up more than this one. One thing I will point out before I start showing it, this is the front end that should normally be on an XSE or a Touring. The Limited and XLE have a different front end. I'll show it on screen. This one must have been in a wreck, so it's kind of missing a bit up front, and it does look different for a Limited. Just putting that out there. Getting started with these headlights, LED system, it says LED Vision Tech right here, and essentially it is laser abrasion lighting technology. And what's cool is when you're taking a turn, it'll light up more on the side to help brighten your turn, which is a pretty neat feature. I haven't seen on too many cars personally, so it's pretty cool. Right here, you have some functional ventilation. It flares out really nice. It goes into the massive front end. A lot of people kind of hate it. Some people love it, but it gives you a lot of ventilation in the middle. This is all kind of just fake for show stuff right here. And if you did have the right package, you would have cameras and good stuff right there. Other than that, not too much more to talk about. Just a bunch of good body flares, and like I said, it is different than what it should be. Coming to the side, flares out down to these wheels right here. You're running on 235, 45 R18s. These 18-inch rims do look pretty nice. I do prefer the Touring and Limited ones, not Limited, Touring and XSE ones more. This is what you get on the Limited. They look decent. You do have a little flap right here, mud flap kind of deal. Turn signals on the mirrors. They're also heated, and they have blind spot monitoring stuff. Lights, not stuff. You do have a sunroof on this one, silver trim because this is more of a luxury one. Going down to the side, not a whole lot to talk about on this one. It's just a basic Avalon. You do have your antenna up top for your radio. Now going to the back, what we do have is a back strip right here that goes all the way across, and it does read Avalon in the middle along with your Toyota badge. This is how you know you have a Limited or whatever trim you have. Shows it down there. And the body lines overall in the back look really good. It's a sharp vehicle. You have a dual exhaust down there and a little fake grill looking thing along with reflectors. And then on this side is where your gas cap is. And overall, I see this as like an oversized Camry with a bit more luxury. Most of the goodness of this car comes from the inside, which we are about to show off. And we're going to see how a 6'6" person fits inside. All right, so going ahead and getting in this thing real quick, here's the key. It does say Avalon on it. And on the other side, you have lock, unlock, trunk, and you do have your emergency button. So in case you get, you know, scrambled up by people, then you hit this button right here. Anyways, we're gonna come over here. So I did notice that it does have the feature where you just go there and it unlocks for you. Pretty cool. My car is a button, so I'm not used to this kind. And sitting inside real quick, I just want to make sure the seat's all the way maxed out. So if you could give me a second, this is the life of a tall person. We're just making sure we have full room. And we are going to go ahead and hop inside. And overall, pretty good headroom. I'm surprised. I will put the dimensions below, but I did see they were actually less than most cars I've been in, and yet I still have good room. Legroom is also great. And I want to go ahead and show you this interior, so let's do it. All right, everyone, so completely ignore what's going on outside. People decide to take pictures with the car. Anyways, getting started. Over here, we do a very nice stitching material. I do like the diamond stitch that they put in here. It's also feels good. Up here, it gets a little bit harder, but it's still nice. You do have a fake wood trim, but it does look good. You have memory seats. You have your mirror lock, your door lock, unlock, mirror controls. I'm going to say window lock right there, and then you do have your window up down. Right here, it is nice and plush. It has a little silver trim, little tray right there. It has a nice flow to it. Down here, you have a little space to put a couple things along with your speaker. This does have the JBL system with your tweeters all around, 14 speakers, very nice. Left side, we do have our lights, traction control, heated steering wheel, trunk, gas. You do have your trip odometer stuff right here. Vent with more plush, very plush material here. Steering wheel matches the color of the seats, kind of goes dark up here, but it does have some nice bolstering, and it has some perforation. You do have your controls for your phone, volume. You do have your lane keep, your collision assist, all that good stuff all in here, and easy to access for when you're driving. Showing this off, let me go and start the car up real quick. So foot on brake. It starts up very nicely. I do like the system you have up here. So you have your tachometer, speedometer. You also have your display in the middle, which shows you speed, but also there's a bunch of other controls you can go through. As you can see, just kind of cycling through them real quick. PSI, I mean, that's really good to have. Music, all that good stuff. Pretty neat. Coming over here to your system. Now this is the one thing I don't really like about this car. It just looks kind of weird in my opinion, but overall, it's an okay system. You know, for 2019, it does have Apple CarPlay, and you know, it's not the most responsive thing, but you know, it does the job. You just hit the buttons and it'll kind of, you know, do its thing for you. And it is touchscreen also, but they do have these buttons on the side. You have your controls down here for like changing the station's volume. Your climate controls are down here. You have heated and cooled seats on both passenger and driver side, along with dual zone climate. You have your hazards over there. Coming on down to the bottom, you have your shifter along with sport mode. In reverse, you do have backup cameras, and you do have some options to kind of change between, as you can see right here. Down here you also have your modes: eco, normal, sport. You have brake hold assist. You also have your parking brake, cup holder, little cubby with wireless charging right in there, if I can get it, wireless charger. You have another little cup holder with an odd design. Center console feels good. It's kind of weird design, but it's also nice. And then in here you have plenty of space for some stuff, along with your USBs right there. Closing this up and going to the side, we have more of that wood trim, a nice flow to the vent. We have more of that very plush material. You have your little cubby in here, the glove box. And these seats, nice design. They have the little perforation all over the place, along with more of that little diamond stitch material I was talking about. They're pretty plush, but they're also kind of firm at the same time. It's kind of medium. It's not the most plush seat I've ever been in, but there is a ton of room. I mean, as you can see, great room. Now going up right here, we do have a bunch of controls for that sunroof. You have controls for the light, all that, your SOS option. It's actually a moonroof also. I don't know why people call moonroof sunroof, but this is it right here, opened up. Not clean, but this is it. And then other than that, there's not really a whole lot else to show off up here. Overall, it's a pretty nice vehicle. Like I said, it's made by Toyota, which makes Lexus, and this thing has a lot of stuff in it for the money. Let's go ahead, show off that back seat, see what it's all about. All right, so in the back seat, I did move the seat up a bit in terms of the back, but it is slid all the way back. And I actually do have some room. It hit my knee a little bit, but it's not terrible. Just showing it off. Same kind of door design back here with the tweeter, all that good stuff. You do have a center armrest, which feels good, with your cup holders and a little tray right there. You do have heated seats back here, big thing, along with your USBs, and you do have vents. So it's a pretty nice place back here. You do take a little sacrifice in headroom from the sunroof controls, but overall, I mean, it's pretty sweet back here, and I could enjoy a nice ride. Let's go ahead though. I want to show you engine noise, exhaust, the engine itself, and let's take a drive. All right, so showing it off, we're gonna open that trunk real quick. You just hold the button and the magic happened right behind me, slowly. There it goes. Look how much room you have in this thing. You can do so much with that. I can see why a lot of people like these. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. Just look at all the room. It's also got the nice weather mat back here, which helps out a lot. But overall, these things have a ton of room in them. So as I always say, wives, husbands, let them know if you want this, that's your excuse. You have a lot of room. And yeah, let's go check out that engine. Okay, let's discuss the powertrain for this 2019 Avalon. We have a 3.5 liter V6 engine making 301 horsepower at 6,600 RPMs, 267 pound-feet of torque at 4,700 RPMs. This is a dual overhead cam engine with variable valve timing. Front wheel drive is the setup you have with an 8-speed automatic, 22 mpgs in the city, 31 on the highway, combined for 25, a 15.8 gallon fuel tank that can take regular fuel. When you put all this together, you get a very reliable, efficient vehicle that can give you the power you need when you need it. This isn't a race car by any means, but overall, great package. Great vehicle. Let's go ahead and take it for a drive and show it off. All right, so going ahead, we're gonna take a drive of this Avalon. I haven't driven it yet, so I don't know what to expect. We're gonna start off in normal mode and then go from there. So, taking off, first thing you can tell is this is a bigger vehicle. Obviously I drove the Forte, which is much smaller, so you know this does take getting used to. Also, you do have that 300 horsepower, so you know there's more power to play with. So let's go ahead and see how this thing drives. So we'll take it out to this road, we'll hit a little roundabout, just kind of drive back and forth right here, nothing crazy. So we'll take a right and just see what the power's like. Okay, it does move. You can tell it's a front wheel drive car, but it does have plenty of power. So if you're worried about that, don't be. This isn't a race car, but at the same time, it's not slow. It's not slow at all. And we'll just demonstrate it one more time. Oh, this truck got in the way. Brakes. Oh yeah, that's plenty to mess with. We're gonna turn left in here, and then when we come back, we're gonna do sport mode. All right, so we're in sport mode now, so we're gonna see what happens. So we're gonna go right here, get past these little bumps, straighten it out, and let's go. Okay, and you can definitely feel the difference. The car still is pretty silent. You can hear a good bit of the engine though. And it does still drive smooth, but you can definitely feel a difference in the throttle response along with the steering response. And just to show the handling, we're taking this roundabout a little extra. Tokyo drift over here. And it does it really well. I mean, I'm actually shocked by how good this thing drives. Actually I can't even talk. This thing's actually kind of shocking. I really was not expecting this thing to do any of that with how big it is, but that's 6-cylinder. It moves, and overall it's a comfortable car. Like I said, the seats are a bit more firm, but overall it drives really good. We'll go ahead though, just out of curiosity, I want to try the manual mode, and then after this we'll get final thoughts to get going. So we'll do one more little lap in the manual mode. We'll go ahead and get over here. Let's see what we can do. There's a little bit of a delay in it, not gonna lie. It did take a second whenever I tried to do it, but I mean that does happen in some of these. It's not a full-on manual car anyways. Huh. Well, actually, maybe it doesn't work at all. It actually didn't work at all, both times I tried. That's strange. All right, so overall, my final thoughts on this car. Drives really good, has a lot more power than you think it would, and it's really not your grandfather's car. I know these things are known to be like grandpa, grandma cars, but really, it's not that anymore. So if you're looking into getting one of these, I definitely say give it a shot. If you're looking at one of these versus a Lexus, that's just up to you on what you're willing to sacrifice. Other than that though, thank you guys for watching this video. Stay tuned for more videos in the future, and peace out.